Over the past 24 hours, we have identified 732 new cases of COVID-19 and have completed approximately 13,000 tests. This means our provincial positivity rate sits at about 5.5%, and we currently have 10,057 active cases. There are 287 people in hospital. Of those, 57 are in the ICU. I continue to be concerned about these numbers, as the human costs of COVID are rising rapidly. Almost 1 in 3 cases are getting sick from sources we can't identify. We know that overall, as of November 15th, about 40% of cases are linked to a household or social gathering or private event. 10% are linked to continuing care, 4% to childcare or K-12 schools, and 3% to acute care outbreaks. But for 30%, the source remains unknown. I am disappointed at reports of organizations and businesses that are trying to find loopholes in the order and are continuing activities. I have seen examples of fitness studios running group classes with a video rather than an instructor. Some team sport practices have continued by moving to a neighboring community's rink, and some teams continue to socialize together simply because they're in a cohort as a team. I recognize that many groups have done incredible work to go above and beyond the measures in place. I want to thank all groups and individuals who have made that effort. Other teams or businesses may feel as if they are doing nothing wrong. Let me be clear. The intent of these measures is to facilitate a 2-week hard stop of all activity that can provide opportunity for large-scale COVID spread. I have heard people say that while we have communicated this is just for 2 weeks, they believe it will last longer, so they don't want to comply. We cannot create a self-fulfilling prophecy. Any individual, group, or business that chooses to continue is putting at risk the time-limited nature of these restrictions. These actions risk not just further restrictions on their own businesses and activities, but further restrictions for all those who are choosing to comply and going above and beyond as well. This is deadly serious. I have asked for kindness, but I also ask for firmness. The need to control our spread and protect our health system is why I ask everyone, anywhere in the province, to abide by all public health measures. As individuals, I can't emphasize enough how important it is to stay home and get tested if you have symptoms. Albertans cannot write off symptoms as just a cold. What is a mild illness to many is deadly to some. Albertans cannot avoid testing because it's inconvenient or because they don't want to get their party host in trouble. They cannot fear that a positive result will make them unpopular with their friends. We need to view every gas pump, every walk through a mall, every pass through a store door, every stair railing or escalator as an opportunity to prevent COVID spread. With unknown transmission sources at current levels, there are cases that we still don't know about. Every one that spreads is a threat to the health of others. Every one that spreads is a threat to the healthcare system. Every one that spreads means the potential for more intrusive measures in the future. We are all so tired right now, and the stakes are so very high. The real human costs of unemployment, bankrupt businesses, and isolation are costs of social restrictions that we would all like to avoid. The real human costs of increased deaths, strain on the health system, exhausted healthcare workers, and delayed access to care for things other than COVID are also costs that none of us want to pay. We are in a terrible situation, and it is COVID-19 that is the problem, not each other. Please be kind to each other, and also remember that the only way forward is to work together, across differences, listening to each other, and minimizing both sides of those human costs to the best of our ability. We are all on Team Alberta. We need to remember that. Alberta, we can still bend the curve. If we work together, if we live by the same rules, if we take the same precautions, If we believe in a common goal, we can slow the spread. In fact, coming together is the only way we can,